What's going on? Meep, meep. Look at that house.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to see my current setup?
Yeah.
So
That,
this is going to be pretty glamorous. I don't want you to get jealous that your house isn't as nice, okay?
you got a couple chairs there, a couple blue top chairs. It's like
Yep. My desk is still wrapped in the furniture
nice.
pads, and so is my chair.
Extra comfort.
Yeah.
So is
They're
that your new office? Is that where your
yeah,
new office is going to be?
this is gonna be my office. It
That
looks
looks.
pretty similar to the last one, right?
It does. You're obviously up in the top
Yeah,
floor,
third floor.
side of the house. Get a lot of good sunlight up there.
You know, I will say the sunlight is the best thing about this house. We
Yeah.
were in the last place we lived, we were what would it be? I'm directionally retarded. So the sun beat the back of the house during the morning, front of the house in the afternoon, right? So it was like no matter what, you were constantly getting direct sunlight. This house
Yeah.
is south facing, and the sun just takes the perfect arc just right over over the top of the house, kind of from left to right. And
Got it.
it gives a lot of light, and there's also a lot of green. So wherever you are in the house, you look out the windows and you're seeing a lot of trees and a lot of green.
Yeah.
So it's yeah, it gets a lot of natural light, but never direct light, and it's easy to maintain the temperature.
That's good.
Pretty much everything else is an issue.
Well, let me be the first to welcome you to home ownership.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that. Let me
Hold on.
yeah.
Let
So
me.
I've got is the internet okay? Are you seeing a lag? Because the
No.
okay, my mesh network I have not successfully set up yet. And boy, those folks at Verizon are fun to work with, huh?
You know what? Yeah. I mean, no. No. Yeah, they're pretty good. Yeah, they're pretty good, dude.
Dr.
Yeah.
Boneyard.
No.
When I
It's
called them to transfer my internet service, they told me, and I called them, I don't know what, 2 weeks ahead of time. They said, "Oh, you know what? You have to call 24 hours in advance
yeah. Right.
to do this," which makes complete sense, right? Why wouldn't I want to schedule this kind of thing ahead of time? And then, we're obviously moving in on a Monday, so I call on Sunday and they're closed, right? So I can't call 24 hours in advance. And then I call on Monday and they're like, "Oh, you know what? We're actually going to need to send a tech out there. So we'll get you set up for internet. First available is in like 3 weeks." I was like, "Okay, that's not going to work for me, my guy." "Okay, well, we can come on Thursday." It's like, what is this? What is this? What is
If
this
you keep
process? What is this company?
if you keep arguing, to be like, okay, we'll be there today. Be like, no, no, that's not good enough. Like, okay, I just flipped it on from here. That's all I
Yeah,
need to
yeah,
do.
yeah.
I can just turn it
Just
on.
just apply the right pressure.
Yeah.
Um, I
Yeah.
made the mistake of well, I guess I didn't really make a mistake. I it's FiOS. Do you use FiOS, Verizon FiOS?
We do not. We use Comcast still.
Okay. Is
Sarah
it
pits it. That's on Sarah, and I do whatever she wants, and she is like she loves pitting the two against each other to get deals every time our promo rate runs out.
yeah, it's fun
Every
because
couple years, she goes through the process.
they'll uh they'll really drop their pants in a hurry at the mention
Yeah,
of a
I will.
competitor.
I know.
Now, could you get FiOS or do you have fiber
Yes.
optic? I would assume you do in your area, right?
Yeah,
So I
we
checked
do.
that. I checked to see if the house had fiber, but the previous owner was here for 45 years and they were old, so they had never set it up. So
Okay.
had the Verizon tech had come out for them, we could have just switched it on. But because they hadn't, we needed a tech to come out, and the crew they sent out was exactly what you would have hoped they were. And they needed to
Crew.
they needed to do some work. Like they needed to get the fiber connected to the home. Like they had to install
Yeah.
stuff and they had to drill. No small feat, but I can't get my mesh network, my second node of my mesh network to work because it needs to be plugged in. I don't even want to get into it. It needs to be plugged in to set it up, and then once you plug it in, you don't have to anymore. But you know,
Yeah, that sounds like an insurmountable obstacle. So you have
it
to plug it in. And then you don't have to plug it in anymore. I don't, I can't, I can
it
offer
is.
nothing.
Well, you have to plug it in with you have to plug it into the router with an Ethernet cable.
Okay.
But there's no out. It's an old house, so there's not enough outlets, and I've maxed out the outlet where I would need to plug it in, right? And like the electrical outlet. And I'm too worried about unplugging everything that's attached to the current power strip to put a bigger one in there and the ramifications that come with that, that I'm just kind of putting it off until I figure out what all of them are. The
Should,
first night we were here, I tried to install a Nest thermostat. Do you use
yeah.
one of those smart thermostat?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you have any? Is it a Nest brand, Google Nest?
Hmm.
And
Yep.
did you have any issues when you installed it?
I don't remember. I don't think so. We had one in the condo and we installed it ourselves. I don't remember there, and then we brought it with us to the house. I don't remember it being an issue. The first time, I mean, it's a
Same.
little confusing, right? Like you got to get the what? It's brand new territory if you've never messed with electrical
Yeah.
uh, in any sense.
Now that part because like you, I had installed it in previous, actually an Ecobee. It wasn't a Nest in previous home, and it like was a
Echo
pretty
B.
good crash course on electrical, right? Like I learned a lot. Now, our realtor bought us a Nest as a housewarming gift for this place. So the Nest was new, but the concept wasn't. I knew the wires, I knew how to map them
Okay.
and all that. That part's easy. But when I connected the Nest, it short circuited my entire HVAC system. Our first night here, and it
Oh,
was
oh boy.
like probably I actually looked it up online to see if it was the most humid day in New Jersey history. And it turns out that it wasn't, but it was close. The dew point was 78 and the record was 80. So it was very
That's
close to the most humid day
78
in
is
New
pretty
Jersey
bad.
history.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
tropical. It was insane. It was an
Yeah.
insanely muggy day. And so obviously, like the first night in our home, we don't want to have no air conditioning. So Allison's dad is an electrician. I called him and first of all, very impressed that he was able to walk me through this blind, just from knowledge of his industry. But
Hmm.
I had taken, you take the first panel off the HVAC, and there's a bunch of things happening in there that you've never seen or thought about before, right? So that was kind of like the first circle of this experience. There wasn't enough information. Actually, we couldn't figure out what had happened, and then I noticed that there's an orange LED light. And I was like, "Oh man, this thing's kind of flickering. It's almost like it's trying to give me a code."
It's
And
like,
then I
what's his
started
name?
counting.
What's
What?
his name? What's his
Who?
What's his name?
My father-in-law?
Yeah.
Jordan.
So you're like, Jordan, hang on, Jordan. This orange light is flashing in my eyes. It's really annoying. I'm gonna put a piece of tape over it. I can't concentrate while you're trying to give me. It's like, no, Josh,
Uh,
what's the orange light doing? Kind of thing.
yeah.
Like
And
after a
then
while, you figure it out.
it was a code. Two short blinks, four long blinks led me to the problem. So then I take another panel off, which I needed a socket wrench to get off, right? And now I'm like deep into this HVAC system. And we're probably a couple hours into this phone call too. So God bless this man that he was willing to spend this time with me. I end up finding out that it had blown a fuse, right? So I find the fuse. It's a 3 amp fuse. I go to AutoZone to pick it up, a 4 pack of them, right? So I switch out the fuses after shutting everything down, um, reinstall the old air conditioning, the Honeywell thermostat, and fire it back up, and it's working again, right?
Nice.
So now I've got a few more shots to see if I can get the Nest set up or try
I've
to
got
figure out
three
what the
more,
problem is. Yeah, because that's how it
three
was a
more
4 pack
fuses to
fuse.
blow.
And I made it through three more of them. The same thing happened, and I still haven't been able to install the Nest.
That seems weird. Or did you double check? I mean, I'm not. I don't want to. make it sound like, did you do this or that?
No,
Obviously,
please.
if you're short circuiting an HVAC system, it seems like the wires may have been not correctly placed
No.
to blow the
So
fuse.
it's a known issue. That's why I asked if
Okay.
you had the same thing. And my research on Reddit, it's funny, man. Like usually, like Reddit will get, especially for home repairs things, will get you to the sort. Like it will give you an answer pretty quickly. In this case, everybody in the replies is an expert, and everybody has a different take. And 90% of them, I don't even understand what they're saying. Right? They're talking in such deep technical HVAC terms that I'm
Mhm.
like, oh, the condensation can build up in the compressor line, so you need to flush those out. And I'm like, the fuck is this? So I don't know what the issue is other than like it might it whenever when it, the same wires in the same places provide power to the Honeywell thermostat, except for the only thing that I'm confused about is that the Honeywell thermostat, you know, those old Honeywell thermostats you've seen in like every house, it
Yeah.
has batteries, right?
Right.
Now, my father-in-law says those batteries are just there to illuminate the LCD or the LED display because it requires a different kind of electrical current. He gave me a very long, detailed explanation. It's really interesting. I just don't remember it. Um, but you're right that it's probably a wiring issue, but it's not as simple as they're in the wrong place because I've double checked 100 times.
Yeah, I
The
figured.
Nest isn't getting power. That is the issue.
I
There's
do
no
know.
power
I
going
will
to
say
it.
this, that there are plate like you can't use a Nest in every instance where you have a
Yeah,
thermostat, and maybe
yeah.
that's it. I don't
What's
know.
crazy is that it's blowing this fuse immediately every single time. The same exact thing is
Yeah.
happening. So like, I don't know. I think this might be one of those scenarios where we can't use a Nest, which isn't the end of the world, but they're so cool looking and like it's such a nice
Mhm.
convenience that I'm kind of determined to get that thing up. Maybe I'll just
It's
put it on
nice.
the wall and I'll use the Honeywell anyway.
Right.
Just
Just
for
yeah.
appearances.
Put the Honeywell behind it. Like just tape the Nest to the front of it
Yeah,
so you can actually have be you need yeah.
yeah. But
That's great, man. How it
it's been
looks
a blast.
you really I will say this, you lean on and you have a daughter, so maybe you've already experienced this, but like you kind of lean on the parents age generation in your family
Yeah,
a lot when you buy a house for the first time.
yeah, yeah. Definitely. There's been a lot of calls to both my folks and her folks over the last week. Um, knowledge is power. That expertise is everything. Being able to, because I looked it up, and for an HVAC technician to come out, that would have been a $300 bill just to do
Right.
that thing. That like, and honestly, it helped immensely that I had someone to talk it through with. But if I had just opened up the cabinet and figured that, like, I could have got there on my own. It just would have taken a long time, you know?
Sure. Yeah, and you
The
only
one the one major observation I've had throughout all this, and this is going to sound very, very silly and dumb, but I've gone a long part of my life without having to think about things this way. But everything is just parts, right? Like I'm so used to looking at the final product, whether it's the house itself, the ductwork, everything is just parts. Everything can be disassembled, everything can be reassembled. And once you kind of
yeah.
strip it down to the part level, it's a lot easier to understand. It's just a collection of things that were at some point fastened together. Like we took apart there's a closet that connects. Well, it didn't connect. It was the bedroom closet and the guest room closet. There was a it's kind of hard to describe. I think I tried this before, and the center window on the top floor of the house is a closet, and there was a wall that we removed. And even seeing the way that wall was built, I don't know. It's just Once you kind of come to that conclusion, I feel like now it's easier for me to understand things on my own. Hey, is your internet messed up or like am I choppy for you? Because I'm getting like a real delay on your image.
No, not at all.
It's weird, huh?
Is it? It's slow on your end. It doesn't. Yeah, it's not slow here.
Yeah, like I just saw your face start talking, and like if you, yeah, your movements are like jerky.
I don't know. It
No
looks
worries.
good. Unfortunately, we have no viewers to be able to tell us whether it looks good.
Viewers, chat, help us out. Chat, what's going on with Richard's internet? Or is it mine?
Chat, chat, bro, chat, bro.
Did you watch the home run derby? I took it from your
What?
texts that you didn't.
What a super event. The pageantry of the home run derby is unmatched. The skill and the athleticism on display, the stories, the where
Fathers
these
and
young
sons.
men, where these young men come from, the walks of life to hit home runs in Truist Park in Atlanta, Georgia on a Monday.
Did you
I did not watch it. No, I did not.
did you type
Sorry.
into ChatGPT like create some commentary on the home run derby?
That's all off the top, off the top of the head.
Um,
Talented guy. I
Let me
did not
see
watch it.
if I can find the broadcast was an absolute disaster. So
So
ESPN decided to do a split screen. So you know the format of the home run
I
derby is no
I
longer
did
out, it's timed.
I know, and so I do want to talk. I turned it on for very brief. We were Monday
Okay, so you
was. We'll
saw it.
get to. I'll tell you what happened on Monday in a minute, but
Okay.
um, I turned it on my phone after you texted for 30 seconds, and dude, it sucks, man. It's not
Yeah,
even fun. It's not about how many home runs people can hit,
that's right.
and like in 3 minutes, that's it takes all of the drama out of it.
Correct.
When they're pitching baseballs while one's still in the air that no one knows where to watch. It's
That's right.
just they got to fix it.
Idiotic.
It's too much.
It's idiotic. The um slam dunk contest and the home run derby are perfect examples of not everything needs to be innovated.
Right.
Like certain things are just fun as they are. You get 10 outs. I want to watch these guys hold these fucking telephone poles and hit a ball 550 feet.
And then focus on how far it goes.
Yeah. And watch
And
everyone
everyone in
going
the
crazy.
stadium's watching that. Not
That's right.
you're not it's not rapid fire. And I understand why they do it because like everything it comes back to the dollars, right? You can't have it drag on or you got to make sure that whatever commercials are running
Yeah.
on schedule and shit. But like, and then
I don't
it's
know.
just
I
so
think this was just
overproduced.
tinkering. Yeah, I think this was an example of overproduction.
It is.
Now, if you tuned into ESPN2, which took me a while, because I really wanted to watch O'Neal Cruz. He's not much of a baseball player, but there's one thing that he's fat, it's like I've never seen someone hit like line drive home runs the way he has at the major league level. So ESPN2 had the best camera angle I've ever seen for a home run derby. So they didn't do the split screen. They had trying to think of the POV, basically like on deck circle POV. So
So
like
you're just watching him swing.
you're kind of behind the hitter, right? But you have full view of the park, and they did like shot tracer on the home runs, so
Okay,
you could with
that's cool.
like the distance tally kind of counting up in real time. So like watching O'Neal Cruz from that vantage point just launch missiles was really cool. But
I
yeah, so that part was fun. But the whole timed thing and like the timeouts and like the one fun part was O'Neal Cruz because he didn't speak English. Like when he would take a timeout and then like Ellie De La Cruz and some other Dominican guys would come up and they would have like a little powwow. It was
feel
pretty funny to watch
like
them.
towel him off on the head. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. One
yeah,
guy going like this, you know,
yeah.
another guy shaking
Like,
his head, another
what?
guy pointing at,
You're on fire.
yeah,
On fire. And a
yeah,
kid walks up with a Gatorade towel and a Gatorade
yeah,
because
and gets
Gatorade is a
ignored.
sponsor.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah, that actually did happen. He walked up with the towel
Uh,
and the Gatorade, like, "Hey,
that happens. That's happened every year.
Yeah, Mr. Cruz, you like this?"
Yeah, but you watch the old ones, especially in the steroid era, where Mark McGuire, like the one at
Fenway.
Fenway was good, yeah, but there weren't people sitting up there at that time. I guess that doesn't
Oh,
matter too much. It's hard to let's put it this way. At Fenway, it's hard to see how far they actually go for a
yeah,
right-handed hitter because they
honestly,
disappear over the wall.
the '94 Pittsburgh home run derby was fantastic. Watching
They were all
Frank
good.
Thomas, Ken Griffey
They were
Jr.
all
hit him
good.
into the upper deck, that was great.
And like Chicago, I remember there being one in Chicago at Wrigley, and that place you can hit it out of the park, but that you've got to really crush one. So at least there's stands there, so you can tell
Yeah,
when someone really catches one. But it's
yeah,
just you know, yeah, it's they got to go back. They got to figure something out because it's
yeah.
just I don't want to see rapid fire baseball batting practice.
I was trying to think of what intended outcome were they working backwards from with this timing thing? Because it took more time, right? The 10 outs went pretty quickly.
Well, I don't think it was 10. I think it was 20, and you didn't have to swing at every pitch. So guys would just take pitches.
Right.
Sometimes they'd
But
be up there for
that's
10 minutes.
so in this format, they have a certain number of pitches, whether they take
Yeah.
them or not. Then they have, and then they can call a timeout in the middle at any time, I think, or a certain time. And then they get 3 outs after that. But if they hit a home run that is more than 450 feet, they get a bonus out.
Cool. And so I remember you watch it, and it's like, oh, he got the bonus. I don't even remember which home run that was
Right, because I
because
didn't
he's already
see it.
hit two since then.
Yeah.
And it's just not. It's the drama is out of it. And what they're working back from was, I think, a more structured broadcast time that they can use to solve. That has to be. There's no chance it was because this is everyone likes this better.
Maybe it was a not enough people are watching the home run derby. Let's mix it up a little bit to bring in some viewers. I'd be willing to bet that's what it was. Either way, they
Yeah,
fucking
maybe.
ruined it. Like the I don't care if a guy takes 5 pitches because during that time you're talking about how far the last one went. You have commentary, like it's the perfect opportunity to kind of slow down. And then he hits one, and everyone's like, "Oh shit, this is the
One
longest
watches the
home run."
entire.
But
Yeah,
like O'Neal Cruz hit a 520-foot home run, and I didn't even know what happened. No one did. No one did. No one had any until afterwards.
right.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. Come on, MLB, do better.
Did you see the
Do better.
uniforms?
Very briefly, but I didn't notice anything interesting about them.
They were a bold choice, I think. Let me pull them up.
MLB All Star.
And I saw some pretty strong opinions about them online too. So I wanted to get
I'm always a
I would
good.
say that
I like to.
your uniform commentary is among the best. Now they only wore these for the Derby. During the game, they wore whites and grays,
Yep.
which I
I
like.
think they look cool. I like
Yeah,
them.
I like them too. I love this color blue. I think it's a really cool color.
Again, for All Star game uniforms, they're great, right? I mean, would you want your favorite team to wear that every day? Probably, maybe. But like,
Yeah,
I like the font. I like the big word, like how big that is.
yeah,
It looks
and
cool.
kind
I
of
like it.
overlapping onto the buttons.
Yeah, right. It's
You
kind
know,
of a,
it's
it's
like
kind of an unfinished look.
yeah, yeah. Now, are you noticing these hats? Can you
The
see
camp
the
style hats, the 5 panels.
yeah. what do you call it? Camp style?
Yeah, camp
Is
hat.
that a thing? Is that a thing?
It is.
Because I feel like this is what all hats should be. All
Yeah,
Major
I
League
like.
Baseball. It's a nice look.
They look a little weird. So if you search for camp hat, they're always unstructured, and those kind of look a little strange because they're so structured. But the idea for a camp hat, I'll share mine. I've got to pull up. Come on, baby.
Oh my dude, Allison is so I at 3:45 a.m. this morning, I drove Allison and Sloan to the airport. They're flying to Palm Springs today for her sister's
Oh,
bachelorette party. I just got a text from Allison that they brought them back to the gate and just got them all off the plane. She's with a 10-month-old. So a 6-hour flight, like she was anxious about it as I would have been for days leading up to this. Now a 6-hour flight just became a 10-hour flight. And like Sloane's in a
just
place right now where she only wants to move around. If she's not able to crawl or try to walk, she's gonna go like this. How long before you want to blow your brains out?
I, uh, I guess the question was Sloan invited to the bachelorette party
She
6 hours
was.
away.
Yeah. In Palm Springs in July.
Yeah, look, man, she didn't have to go.
What are you gonna do with her? It's your
You
sister.
keep her.
Yeah,
You
but
keep
I'm
her.
I'm
Like,
leaving tomorrow
not
morning
bringing the
for
baby.
a conference. So not an option.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. The real option would have been drop off with the parents, but the moms are going to the bachelorette party. Now what?
Yeah. Yeah, man, that's tough. That's
We
a
could have just left her in her crib with plenty of food for a few days.
yeah, fill up the water bowl. Maybe next time.
Yeah. Anyway, that sucks.
Yeah, so did they rebook them or did they cancel the flight or what's happening here? I'm
I don't
always
know.
interested in that.
Yeah.
What's the flight number? I'll pull it up.
Maintenance issue. The flight number, I think it's 2434, if I'm remembering. United Airlines.
You,
Yeah, 2434.
recent or scheduled flights.
She said they're
Just
saying it's at
that.
least an hour and a half. Oof. Yeah, so she's flying to LAX. So that helps.
17th. Yeah, that's us. So we're here.
Yeah, it was a 6 a.m. flight.
There's her path so far. That's kind of funny. Let's get the
Now, can this actually show you what's going on?
I don't know that I can see. This is I usually use it on my phone. I'm a little confused about where I am here. What I'm looking at. No, I want to go to that flight. Like, how do I get to that flight? Play
Yeah, play.
here.
I want to play.
This is, but like, get this out of here. I want this. You should usually be able to like. Oh, here we go. Okay. So this is real time, right? UTC is, I think, Greenwich Mean Time. So it's actually what, 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock?
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. Let's start it over. There you go. Heading up, doing some taxiing, making a right turn, making another right. That seems inefficient, what they just did there.
Yeah, I completely agree. They went in a circle. Is it just me, or does this seem like it took them a while to figure out that there was an issue?
I don't know. Let's see. It was so 10. Oh, that was weird. You see that? And
No, because the internet's
did a
too
180.
choppy.
Did a 180. Okay. Right there. Whoop. And then we are headed right back to, it was probably that part where the plane flipped its
Yeah.
orientation. They were like, we should take it back. So the whole thing took it took 40 minutes on the ground.
Yep.
So that sucks.
Sucks.
I feel bad for her.
Yeah, me too.
Direct to no, to LA, and then she's got to drive, I assume, or take another flight.
She's meeting her other sister in LA and they're driving out together.
Okay. Yeah, man. Hopefully they got another 757 around there. I mean, that's and hopefully the flight wasn't too packed.
It's a 757, huh?
That's what it said.
That's interesting. I don't see those a ton.
Yeah, they are. It was a specific 757. Let's do some research on this plane.
By the way, the guys who I hired to cut my grass they're supposed to come every Wednesday, are cutting my grass right now at 8 a.m.
Why don't you? I thought you were buying your own.
I am. There's so much to do that I hired them for like the first month. What do you think it costs per cut out here in the suburbs?
$20. I don't know.
$20
That's the
was
last
like
time
what someone paid the
we got paid.
Morgans who lived across the street from me
Right.
when we were in high school. 55.
Yeah.
I got them down from 60.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Time to start spending money buying the things.
It's kind of crazy, like how quickly like I'm a week in here and I'm already feeling like this house is going to bankrupt us.
It will at some point. Don't worry.
Wait, so do you? I'm like so scared to ask now, but do you have updates?
The good thing is we are close to signing a new contract, so that'll happen this week, and then work hopefully can start next week or whatever. But yeah, it's been basically like a month and a half, not a month and a half, man. I don't know, man. I don't even know at this point how long it's been since anything's been done to the house. The problem is, and why I didn't watch on Monday, every time it rains, our back stairs are dug out. And so but it's still a slope, like there are stairs there, but the water just runs down the dirt towards a drain, which is there. But the amount of rain we get
gets overwhelmed.
It's so every time it rains hard, we got to figure it out. Like we bought a pump to like get water out of that area. I had to backfill. On the other side of that wall is still open, and I had to fill it, shovel some of the dirt back into it to keep water off of the brick of the house. I've had to do that twice, which isn't a huge deal, but it sucks. And then Monday we got like 2 inches of rain in an hour, and we usually wait for the storm to stop to then go over and pump water. And I'm driving home from the office, and it's as bad of rain as I've ever driven in. And I'm like, we can't wait. We got to go. So I came back in here, changed clothes quickly, and just ran over there. And immediately, the idea here is that we need to keep that drain unclogged so that the water has somewhere to go.
Yeah.
And doesn't come up over the bottom of the door, and then flood the house. So I got there, and it was totally covered with water, and I didn't even know where the drain was. I was like putting my hands in the water and like trying to find it. So I had to like dig out with my hands to uncover the drain. Got that done, and it immediately started going down. But then just the amount of water that was. I'm standing outside, and it's like it's now all the silt has settled down there, and so I got to get that out of there. We had a shovel, and I'm shoveling this mud, throwing it over, and the only place I can put it is over this 8-foot wall next to me, and so I'm like shoveling, and I'm like it's kind of letting it out, honestly,
Yeah.
a little bit. Um, and we did, and I just in the rain, like lightning and thunder right above us, pouring rain. It was
Oh,
it was as it's just crazy that that's like what you're doing with your house.
yeah. It's crazy that that's what you're doing by no fault of your own and all good intentions, something you saved up your money for. Like that's just I don't I mean, is any of this because it's an old house? As someone who just also bought a really old house?
No, I mean if it
No.
was being worked on, it'd be fine.
No,
You
I
know,
know. I
the
just
idea was
mean
that
like is the complications or the I don't know.
mm,
Or is it just because you got the wrong contractor?
only because of that.
Yeah.
And again, if this isn't something that was planned to sit like this for a month,
No, I
it would have
know. I
been
know.
taken care of and be done.
I know. Yeah.
But it's just
Yeah.
not.
People
It's
don't
not happening.
intentionally leave their homes exposed to the elements for long periods of time.
So anyway, that's what I was doing on Monday, not watching the Hummer Derby.
You were having your
Um,
own little home run derby, dirt
I was
derby.
so wet, dude. It was like I had jumped into a pool.
Oh,
It was, and then we had to go pump water out of my window well in my office because it was that drain is now clogged, and
oh
so
shit.
I don't know why.
Hold on one sec.
So we were
This guy's ringing my doorbell. I gotta go talk to
okay.
this fucking guy. Be right back.
All right.
Sorry about that. Me.
And pay him the 55.
I just had to listen to like a 20-minute explanation as to why he couldn't come yesterday and why he had to come today. I was like, okay, thanks. He's like, well, you see, because someone else canceled, and I was like, okay, that's fine. He's like, but normally I'm gonna come on Wednesdays, and I'm like, yep, got it. It's like, so
Unless, of
I'm not
course,
supposed to be here now.
yeah, I'm doing you a favor,
Yeah,
cutting your grass a day later than we had agreed to. The
yeah,
I got to roll at 8:45. Just a heads up.
okay. Um, that
But yeah,
sucks, dude. I'm sorry that your side job is now shoveling silt over an 8 foot fence.
it's not. I mean, you're right. It's like it's not a side job. It's like a second full time job. Just the amount of time we spent in the last 3 weeks on phone call, like hours a day, talking to
Yeah, so
contractors and attorneys and
yeah,
just hiring everybody. Man, we're paying everyone. Like
I
last night,
watched
we ate
that through
dinner.
the home buying process. It was a second job.
Yeah, it's we're looking forward to it being settled here in the next 72 hours. Hopefully, like last night we ate dinner and then we're just watching TV and it's like there's a fucking storm coming and it's showing and we're gonna get an inch and a half of rain. Like
Oh,
we gotta go.
so
So
you
like let's
both
get
go.
over there. Yeah, it's it can be done with one person, but when it's raining that hard, like it's better to have two people.
Yeah,
We bought a pump from Ryobi. Shout out to Ryobi. That
yeah,
company is fucking awesome, man. I I,
yeah. You're
I
a
will
big fan
never
of
buy
Ryobi.
I will never buy power tools or anything that takes a battery that they don't for another brand if they sell it.
Right, because now you're in the Ryobi family, and you can.
And it all works well. That's the other thing.
Yeah,
It's not if it
we're
was
we're,
junk,
we're a
that'd be one
DeWalt
thing.
family, which is the same thing. Like I now cannot buy a non-DeWalt cordless tool.
Do they all use the same battery as well? Is
Yeah,
that how it works?
yeah,
Good.
yeah.
Okay. Makes sense. Um so yeah, it's like yeah, so we went over there last night again.
Wait, it's a
Storm fucking-
cordless pump?
Mhm. Yep.
Interesting. So like a big lithium ion battery, and it gets the job done.
It is yeah, it is light use only. It we can only like you can't pump things very far. All we need it for is to take it from the water that ends up pooling under the drain and get it to like go into the drain. You could do it with a bucket, I guess, if you really wanted to, but um, this helps keep up with the flow of water.
Is it
So
this? This guy?
it's no, that's an
That's an
inflator.
inflator. I want
I
water
do have an
pump.
inflator. I have the second one on that list that you just showed.
Is it a
I'll tell you
shank?
what, it's not that. Um,
It's not a
it
submersible
is.
pump?
It's yeah. It's the one there. The one on the second row. The two on the left that are identical.
Brushless. Why do they always advertise brushless? With DeWalt, everything is brushless. What the fuck does that mean? And does anyone
What's wrong
care?
with brushes?
Yeah, why can't we have brushes? So 150, you can get a universal. That looks like we got a cord there.
That looks like for a
Submersible pump.
pool.
Dude, the world of tools is also there's this entire economy that I just wasn't aware of electricians and power washers and contractors and they subcontract it out, and the guy you talk to is never the guy who does the work, and you got to ask these questions. It's like this whole economy that was happening around me that I just wasn't participating in, that now I'm plugged into. What a world.
Now you're the lackey. You're the patsy in
I'm
that economy.
Yeah,
The mark.
yeah.
They want new guys like you and me.
They do, and I'm also learning. I'm sure you're probably in the same boat, that like, because we live in nicer areas, more affluent areas, that we pay more for the same things. So someone was telling me about a strategy of basically the trade-off being you can find people that don't have a local reputation for a lot less money. That's basically what you're paying for. You're paying for your friends and neighbors to tell you, yeah, they do good work. So you pay a premium for that.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're getting close
And
to
then
we
so
hammered out.
if they start again in a month or soon in 72 hours, that means you're back in your house when?
Christmas time, probably. Hopefully a little bit before then.
Dude.
It'll be 11
Oh,
months.
man. Yeah. But it'll all be worth it, man. You'll be so happy with the house. Like you guys are doing such big things that
I think that you'll be right. I can't see that far down the road right now,
yeah.
to be
Yeah, I don't blame
honest.
you. I do
I
not
mean,
blame
we've
you.
talked about like one of my concerns is like walking in the house. I'm like, I fucking hate this. I just don't want to be here.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's going to be the case. That's how I feel right now. That's not how I'm going to feel when we move back in. But it's hard to get excited about
Yeah.
the work. Maybe is that
Well, you're
is how I would describe it.
5, 6 months away from anything positive happening, and you're mired in these legal conversations. I know you can't say what's going to happen, but are you optimistic that things will break your way? You think? Can you say?
Oh, I think things are definitely going to break our way. It's just a matter of um what does that mean, right?
Yeah.
It's actually the easiest part is winning. Just speaking in general terms, like in collections cases that I've worked on professionally, it's easy to get a judgment. It's hard to get money, right?
Okay, I got you. Yeah.
That's the slow part.
Yeah, I'm still owed money from something like that. I can't remember if I ever told you this. Right toward the end of my time in Pittsburgh, like right before Amazon moved me to Seattle, I was rear-ended by a guy right by the Liberty Tubes, right like on the South Hills end of the Liberty Tubes before entering the tubes. I was at a red light and I was rear-ended by a guy who didn't have a license, was under the influence, and it wasn't his car. So there's like you got taken to jail, obviously, and I had to pay for my repairs, and I'm still uh, awaiting that repayment.
So what was that, 10 years ago? Yeah, more
Yeah,
than that.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
12.
like 12 years ago. Yeah,
Jesus.
yeah. I'm not counting on that money.
So yeah, right. Is it still like happening? Is there still an open?
I don't even know. I've completely lost track of it and moved on. You know,
Well,
the amount of
that's
money
not
that
good.
it was at one point mattered. It matters a lot less now. It's not a huge amount.
Sure.
And luckily it happened right in front of an auto body shop. I remember like, obviously it's jarring to get rear-ended when you're at a red light, but I remember like four guys running out from the auto body shop like to see if I was all right. And
Wow.
uh and then like I got out of the car and I think they pulled my car right into their shop and I just left it there and picked it up in a few days.
There you go.
Yeah, it's a good
Turns
time.
out the auto body. It was a guy who worked at the auto body shop.
Yeah, yeah. I
That's
think
how we
that
get
thought
new
did cross
business.
my mind. Like this is all working out too well for these
What is
guys.
this? The Truman Show?
Yeah. Oh
We've
man.
got
All right.
spotted lantern flies down here now. One just landed on the window. I'm looking
Oh,
up.
you didn't have those until now?
Until this year was they were
I think it was
bad
two
in
summers
Pittsburgh
ago we had
last
them.
year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're they're
this is it,
they're
it.
annoying.
They are the amount of them that I saw in Pittsburgh when we went up there one summer was unreal. I mean, just everywhere,
Yeah.
crawling
Yep.
everywhere.
Yep. They like there were
But
and there
then,
was certain areas like right there was a corner like a block down from where we used to live. There was an intersection where on one particular corner, I might have had to do with sunlight or I don't know, but they would really, really congregate in this area, and it was like you couldn't see the ground. It was disgusting.
disgusting.
And I believe
Yes,
the mandate that was put out to the public was to terminate on site.
that's right.
Is that what you understand it to be?
Oh yeah, yeah, that's
Terminate
right.
with what's the term? I forget.
Lethal force
Yeah,
authorized.
lethal force is authorized. That's it. On the spotted
Yeah.
lantern flies. They've
They're hard
deputized
to
all of
catch. They're
the
like
citizens.
sometimes
Yeah, they are.
they're like just fast enough that it makes you look like a weenie when you keep
Yeah,
missing it with your foot. Like you can't
yeah.
kill a bug.
Have,
But yeah,
have you
man.
been? Have you been? Oh, I'm sure you have, but like, do you have an opinion on the Epstein stuff with Trump? Have you like pieced together how Trump has handled this? It's it's pretty funny.
I'm a little shocked that it's as big of a deal to his base. Like they're not letting it go. And usually when he says let something go, they let it go.
Now, I do believe it's in all of our best interests to let this go. I really, really do. Like, not only are we never going to know the truth, we're never even going to know why we can't know the truth, right?
I do agree with that. But if this is the straw that breaks the camel's back, and
Play it through though. Then what?
uh, I don't even know, man. I'm ready
Yeah,
for
exactly.
something different, though. I will
Yeah,
say
you're
that.
ready. You're ready for civilization to be toppled.
I'm fine with that.
The thing that
I'm
strikes
fine
me
with it.
is like, okay, so my thought process was, so I guess the thing that I hate about it is that it's just a daily reminder that the game is rigged and that we don't know what's really going on, and that like just is a shitty feeling. But also, how many pedophiles are there? And what are the chances that this many of them were prominent world leaders? And so I
I
Googled it,
agree.
and
Yeah. Oh, you did.
it's not the answer I would have wanted to see.
That
So
it. So it's a lot, is what you're saying.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
A large, I think the largest survey conducted found that 1 in 6 men have feelings of attraction towards children. Yeah, that's a unsettling number. So if that's true, then yeah, maybe it really is. But I also think like, let's say that there's a list of everybody who flew on Epstein's plane.
There
I don't
is.
necessarily right, but I don't necessarily think that that is a. I don't know that that needs to be released to the public because wouldn't you think that many of those people had nothing to do with trafficking and right? They were, he was a rich guy that offered a private jet. A lot of people are going to say yes to that, right? Or no?
Sure. Uh, the counterpoint is, and you can even feign ignorance for a while, but if you were flying back and forth, um, yeah, I don't buy that. Oh, I had no idea. I spent some
Yeah.
time with him and I had no idea there was anything wrong. I was like, yeah, you fucking did. Then you're just stupid.
Well,
Shut up. That's
the
on you.
people
Or you're
who the
lying.
people who are claim that before didn't he wasn't he sentenced for trafficking a child prostitute? So once that happened,
2000, yeah, right.
there's no, what was that, 2018? Oh
I think it
no,
was, hold on.
before that.
It was like 2007.
Yeah, 2008 or 2007. Yeah, that's right. So like once that happened, if you hang out with a guy that served time for trafficking children, there's no excuse.
He pleaded guilty and was convicted in 2008.
So
But
there's a video I found on YouTube. It was produced by Wired. That so there's a company called Near that's associated with the Department of Defense or contracts with the Department of Defense, and they left a cache of files exposed to the public that Wired got a hold of that mapped traffic to and from the island based on cell phone location. And so Wired put all this together all the way from where people lived So basically their movements were plotted within centimeters. So they could trace where these people were, where they lived. They went to the airport, which airport they landed in, which yacht they got on to get to Epstein's Island, and then where they landed in the island and how they moved about the island.
Oh.
Yeah. So like the fact that that data set was even available to them is crazy, right?
Yes. Yes, it is.
So
Um,
I guess like if it has to be that he was an intelligence asset, right? Like I don't think this is as simple as there are powerful people who don't want their name to be released. There has to be something else.
maybe. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
You could very well be right. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of. I I'm interested to see how this all plays out because I do think that for some reason, like this one thing, and look, man, I respect that people are very passionate about like we need to expose who people who child molest,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
molesters. Like this is not even that. This is way worse than that. We
Yeah.
need to
Like what the
expose
fuck?
this.
Yeah.
Um, and great. Like I agree. That's I everyone who does that should be outed.
Yeah.
Now, that's what's the collateral damage going to be? I don't know, but I don't really care. Like
Yeah.
I'm not worried about you know being on that list, so I don't give a shit. Like
Yeah.
fucking
Right.
tear it all down. I'm in that
Yeah.
kind of mood these days anyway.
Yeah.
Fucking let it all burn. Um, but I do think it'll be interesting to see like and they're kind of turning on him. But I also in the back of my mind is like like you hear Charlie Kirk and all these fucking mouthpieces that are like, I don't know. I feel betrayed. Like, yeah, this seems kind of scripted too. Like it's almost like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm doing that. I'm making these comments because we think that might be a way for the two sides to kind of find commonality about what we care about, but then nothing will ultimately happen. And everyone will just go, this will die out in the next 30 days, like everything else does. And
Yeah.
that's that. But
But
I don't know. I don't know.
Trump's about face of like he's talked about Bill Clinton being on that list,
Mhm.
and now he's like, why are we still talking about Epstein?
It's like the Obama and Biden created the list.
Yeah.
So you just said all of your enemies are on it. Like,
Yeah.
let's see it.
Yeah. They created the list, but they didn't use it the first time you got elected or
Right.
the second time you got elected.
He has not had a good week either. This whole Jerome Powell thing. He's like, I can't believe Biden put him in. It's like, dude, you fucking put him in. What are you talking about? Yeah, he reappointed him, but you were the one who nominated him. What's wrong
Exactly.
with
Yeah.
you? Did you not remember that?
Yeah. Yeah. Do
Here's
you
the video.
remember when Ghislaine Maxwell was arrested? It was during Trump's first term. And he was like, yeah, I saw that. I wish her well. You remember that?
Yeah, he's like, I wish everybody well.
Yeah.
It's like, do you? You want to roll the tape of all the people you don't wish well? How about all these
bad to happen to anybody?
throwing migrants into
Alligator
man.
Alcatraz. It's like, what do you mean? Yeah, I wish him well. I wish her well. Yeah, I wish everybody well. What are you talking about? I'm like Santa Claus. I'm a jolly old man that's just here.
Yeah,
I don't want to see anyone get hurt.
Yeah,
Except
especially
for
a friend of
you.
mine.
You and your news organization are pieces of shit, and I hope everything bad happens to you.
I mean, her boyfriend just committed suicide. That's. I feel bad.
Yeah.
I feel badly.
Yeah. But like Jelaine, if you're listening to this, like, we're good. Don't worry, I got you.
Yeah, right. He's like, yeah,
Keep your fucking mouth shut. I wish you well.
Yeah. How is no one? I can't imagine how hard news outlets right now are trying to procure an hour of her time.
So there was a headline earlier this week from the Daily Mail that she was going to talk, and then it got shut down pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I mean, you talk about someone who wants to burn it all down. Like, how is she not at the top of that list? Like, if I'm Ghislaine, how are you not like, fuck it, I'm taking them all down, right? Like, was she was convicted, wasn't she?
That's a great question. You want to?
Ghislaine
I would imagine so, but I
Maxwell
don't for sure.
conviction.
Yeah, guilty.
Yeah, 20 years in prison. Seems kind of light, but whatever.
20 years can be a long time.
And then yesterday, Comey, the FBI director's daughter, who is prosecuting both the Epstein case, Diddy, and Ghislaine, got fired.
Oh,
It's
really?
like they're not even trying to make this look good.
Yeah, it seems like of course, right? Like all these pieces, like when you put them, and then like the pardoning of Eric Adams. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Like there was no, of course, there was ulterior motives there.
You know what?
It's just
As tempting as it is to watch it all burn down, I do sometimes wonder, like, we don't really know what like a pure version of this looks like.
a pure version, you said?
Yeah, yeah, like a transparent. I don't know. Sometimes I think like the rigged version, our rig, whatever you call what we've done to democracy, might just be its actual natural state.
Could be. Could be. I don't know. Let's find out.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only one way to find out.
Yeah, it is fascinating though, and I do wonder. I don't know, man. Like, it's shocking that it took this. I would never have thought that this is how badly he would have handled it. And he's like calling his supporters, like, I don't want your, I don't want your
Yeah,
support anymore.
but yet when it went to vote this week, uh, it won the so that Congress voted on whether or not to release whatever's in those files, the Epstein files, and it passed by one vote to keep them sealed. And I can't imagine a reason for any Republicans voting against it other than loyalty to him.
Right.
Right? What's the other side of it? What's it like? I don't know if we really want to see like what is it? What's the
Yeah. And
what is the no vote really in support of?
that should further show that it is Joe Q Public is not
Yeah.
the same as someone who has hitched their wagon to the MAGA parade, and for
That's right.
better or for worse, they are going to ride it to the end.
That's right.
And so like they don't have your best interest in mind as your representative.
Not even close.
Like this whole thing, but this is something we've all known, and it's just
That's right.
it's so bad, and I'm so over it.
This is what I mean when I say we should move on, is that I'm over it. I'm done being reminded that we have no control and we have no voice, and people can do unspeakable things and get away with them as long as they're plugged into the right people. But I also think even with Diddy, these don't seem like, it seems like these people were being used, whether it was by our government or intelligence or I don't know. And then one day they pissed off the wrong person and their time was up. When you look at the charges against Diddy, Epstein, Ghislaine, they're so unspeakably heinous, but they're also so prolific. How could these things be allowed to continue uninterrupted for decades? And then one day, that's it? It's like that doesn't make none of it makes any sense. None of it makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know.
It
Maybe
all
they just got
so fabricated.
There have to have been in both of those cases, as crazy as it sounds and as gross as it sounds. It's like I bet they got a bunch of warnings.
Yeah.
And then it was like
They got too big for their britches.
You can't do this you're gonna eventually come across someone who will blow it up and go around like the oh well, we said you need to tone it down, you need to tone it down, and they do, and then it gets worse, and someone's like, I don't fucking care, I'm just gonna. And I tend to identify with those people a little bit,
Yeah,
and so maybe that's kind of why I kind of want to see it just end.
yeah, yeah. Be
But
brought
I don't know.
down.
It's
You might get your wish.
fascinating. I don't know, man. I mean, so what are they going to do, right? Here's they'd be like, let's release the files. They'll release. No one's ever going to be convinced that that's all the files.
That's right. Well,
Especially now, how he's reacting to it and how he's always
That's
reacted to it. They were like, you can release the JFK files, yeah. You can release the whatever it was files, yeah. You can release the Epstein files. Yeah, I think so. Maybe less so.
Not that.
Maybe
I mean,
less so.
We could, and we might.
I know.
But do we need? Yeah, we'll see about that one. Yeah.
Right. So there's that clip. There's obviously the clip of him talking to him at a party about women. I mean, it's like, come on, man. How many all the pictures and shit?
It's like, how many times did this need to happen? So like, how many times did that moment happen for it to have been caught on camera? Right.
Right.
It wasn't the one time those two were being creepy about women and like backslapping and chortling together. Oh, hey, she's pretty hot, huh?
Yeah.
The quote of Trump saying back in 2008 that I know Jeff really well. It's said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, although he really likes them on the younger side. It's like
on Howard Stern, he said that.
Yeah, it's on Stern. That's right.
Again, this all comes back to Howard Stern, how fucking great he is at pulling info out of people.
Yeah, he is. He's probably the best interviewer of all time.
Yeah, as far as celebrity, I'd imagine celebrity trials, they're just referencing Howard Stern interviews. Like, and in the Howard Stern interview, you said that you knew Jeffrey Epstein. That's in court now. Frank Thomas Vodka. Has he moved on from Nugenics?
Yeah, I guess so. I saw this billboard walking to work the other day, and I was like, Frank Thomas Vodka?
That is a man who does not have control of his finances. Who talked him into that?
What happened to the home run derby money?
We were talking in our group chat about we always like it when they say the name of a non-obvious celebrity in a commercial or whatever, or movie, whatever it is. And I immediately went to former MLB home run derby champion Frank Thomas. You take Nugenics too? Or whatever it was. Former MLB slugger Frank Thomas. You take Nugenics? Former Canadian Football League quarterback Doug Flutie. You take Nugenics?
When they have to give like they have to give their credentials up front.
They read the first half of their resume on the commercial so people know who they're talking. Oh shit, that guy played baseball. Sounds like he's pretty good too.
UCLA quarterback Tommy Maddox.
Yeah, you think the Steelers are going to trade TJ?
No. But it is fun to watch they're like 5-year-olds, right? These big high level contracts for these superstars, they use the media to talk to each other, right? So it's like the Steelers have to put something out there like, yo, we don't really need him. We could trade him. We could probably get a couple firsts for him. And then TJ Watt's camp has to come out and be like, Pittsburgh's not that great. Like, there aren't that many bridges. Right?
Most of the bridges just kind of suck.
Yeah, they're all yellow. Like, it's kind of dumb.
I'm a quality over quantity bridge guy.
Yeah.
You know, maybe a couple of nice bridges like San Francisco, right? Come on.
Yeah, it's a Golden Gate. But no, there's no, like, if they were to trade him, it would be akin to rebooting the organization, especially after going out and signing like Darius Slay and Jalen Ramsey and fucking Aaron Rodgers. You're not going to trade your best player. Like, that would be a crazy thing to do.
They're going to pay him the fucking second best player. Trade him.
Yeah, they did. That was a weird one.
TJ is way more expensive than Minka is, or will be at least. Anyway,
The
All right.
cap hit for Minka would have been 22 million, and the cap hit for Jalen Ramsey is only 4. Not that big of a
Got it.
downgrade in terms of talent, but different position. So
yeah, 1 year.
yeah.
All right, I got to roll.
All right, brother.
Good luck with. Well, enjoy the weekend by yourself. Oh, you're going to a conference. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm going to Seattle, then Denver. Big market in the
Oh,
middle.
Jesus. All right.
Yeah.
We'll enjoy it. Safe travels. We'll
Thanks,
talk
buddy.
next week.
All right, man.
Later.
See ya.